Hello, social media family. We haven't made a whole lot of content lately, and I'm here to talk about that now. Normally, we're out here in the garage talking about tools or tool sales, or we have some interesting project maybe, or just having a little bit of fun and a couple of laughs. Well, this content is going to be a little bit different, and I'm going to get right into it. I hope you will stick with me for just a few minutes. Last Monday, during the big winter emergency that we had here in Arkansas, my wife and I received a call from my in-laws, her father and mother, frantic because they had a house fire. Well, it makes sense that rurally where they live, considering this emergency and the already taxed emergency management services, they were unable to respond in time, and they ended up losing their entire house and everything that was in it. Now, this is a different kind of grandparents' house because they had lived there some 30 years. And I remember many summers taking our children there to have a couple of weeks summer vacation when school was out with their grandparents, running in the woods or spending July 4th and bonfires and having July 4th celebrations of fireworks and things out at their grandparents' house. So it was particularly rough on all of us that this unfortunate event happened. Now, rurally, and especially in the kind of small home that they had, you really can't get that kind of fire protection. So they had none. So it was a total loss for them. What they did have was an emergency fund that they kept in a fire safe. Fire safe doesn't mean that it's safe from fire, though. And they ended up losing that emergency fund, all of it. What little they could salvage from it wasn't enough to turn in to a bank or get refunded for. Apparently, it has to be 78% intact in order to get compensated for it. So they lost their emergency fund as well. Now, what I would ask, and this is with great humiliation, I would not ask for myself, is that you consider maybe going to this GoFundMe that was set up for Craig and Paula Robertson and make a donation or share with friends, family, and those you know to hopefully do a little something to get them back on their feet while they're staying with relatives during this particularly rough time for them. I would greatly appreciate it. If you have other ideas for them that might help them, please feel free to leave them in the comments below or send me an email at blindguycan@gmail.com. Now, at this point, you've seen the pictures of the devastation and loss, and you've got the information about the GoFundMe account. I will also be sharing it on my community page. But here are a few tips for you. Like I said, if you keep money in a safe, don't count on it being an emergency fund, because even if it's only slightly damaged, you need 78% of intact currency to be compensated for a loss. If you are using a wood-burning stove or fireplace to supplement your heat during particularly cold weather like this, please make sure that you inspect it, especially before the winter and once a year. If you're having a snow emergency or cold emergency like this that we had in this case, you should consider maybe staying with relatives that are in a different place than you are and a different situation than you are, so that you don't have to take the risk of stoking those fireplaces or those wood-burning stoves, because it's very dangerous, as we found out in this case. Now, if you stuck with me that long, I very much appreciate you doing it, and I very much appreciate you watching. Stick around, and we'll be having more content coming in the future days. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.